Put a mic on you.
Please welcome Halperin and John Heilemann.
You'll be your first convention, right?
It will be my first convention.
Okay, you got to lock and load, but
Could be my last convention.
You know what they say, comedy is not pretty. We proved it once again.
Sorry. You know, I've never sat on this couch.
It's your first time as a New Yorker.
Yeah.
So what have you learned that you didn't know before about being a New Yorker?
Oh, what have I learned? I spent like my first 2 weeks apologizing to everyone who ran into me. You're not supposed to do that.
Don't show vulnerability.
That's actually seen as like being disrespectful or insulting to people.
Right.
But if I bump you and then you bump me, it's just a way that we get to connect as human beings.
when you started doing the show, you were not like a political comedian per se, like an
Yes.
American. This was not your home.
Well, I wasn't an American political.
Well, that's what I mean.
comedian,
That's what I
yes,
mean. This
yes.
is not the American political scene was not
Yes.
like the
Yeah.
subject matter of a lot of your comedy, right?
Yeah.
So, what do you think from the time you started doing this to now? What have you learned watching this particular presidential election unfold?
It's ridiculous. It's a broken system. Like, that's honestly the truth. It's America, just like most pioneers in many fields, had the best system and the first real system, the first major constitution that was out there, but nothing has been evolved, nothing has been changed. Now you guys are running old software, and then people are wondering why it's all falling apart. The way the states are run, the way the electoral college is run, the way... I do not understand a system where the numbers do not count, like the votes do not count. It's given to the person. I mean, Donald Trump was a great example of that for me. I struggle to understand how a person who won 40% of the vote then gets all of the vote for his party. That's a strange...
It's like winner-take-all primaries make no sense.
Yeah, but America loves winner-take-all. You do it in sports as well, I get it. Whereas in like the world, European world and Africa, like we know with soccer, it's a tie.
Yeah.
You go like, oh, maybe you both get here you go, winner-take-all. So I take yours even though I don't deserve them and I didn't win them. So now you get Republicans going, I never voted for Trump, but Trump is technically my choice.
So we need America 2.0 is what you're saying.
Yeah, you do. You need to upgrade America, Like, in my opinion, Bernie Sanders could have run as an independent. He could have been... Because essentially you have multiple candidates in this race, do you not?
Yeah.
You have Bernie Sanders, you have Hillary Clinton, you have Donald Trump, and you had a Rubio/Cruz. Let's say Cruz. You had 4 differing views of how to do a thing. Some were closely aligned and others weren't so much, But there is enough support. If it was a parliamentary system, there would have been enough support to have all of those people be part of governing the country now. You'd see that in an election. But America goes, it's sides. And then you go, well, one side, people are forced to join a side that best aligns with them but may not fully represent them, which is a strange way to run a system for me.
So you're saying we need a parliamentary system to begin with?
Oh, it would be nice. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. Just think about it. You got, in South Africa, we have a parliamentary system.
I never thought there would be a day when I would be sitting in a room with a black South African telling me that the South African political system is better than the American political system.
They got democracy perfected.
How far we've come.
Look how, I mean, seriously, man.
How far we've come.
People in South Africa have general views of Trump and Clinton.
Trump, definitely.
What do they
Yeah,
think?
Trump. Everyone in the world thinks he is, and it is crazy. Like, it is racism, it is xenophobia, it is misogyny, but it's blatant as well. The whole world looks at America and goes, how is that a representative of half of your country?
And what do they think? They have a general view of Hillary Clinton?
Not necessarily, no. No, she's been so overshadowed in terms of the world. We just go, oh, it's Hillary Clinton. Because the world is not involved in the day-to-day running of your politics. Clinton and her, Secretary of State, all of those, that's not been a part of the world story. We get the highlights.
Right.
Barack Obama was the highlight. Bush going into Iraq was the highlight. Like, those are the things the world sees. And Donald Trump is what the world sees right now.
Who've been your favorite political guest you've had on Super?
Lindsey Graham.
Yeah.
Lindsey Graham was the best. Was the most candid. Just went straight into it. Stuck to his guns. I don't understand this. You really don't like Ted Cruz.
I don't dislike Ted. Ted and I have a lot of differences. I'm getting better at this. So,
He was a really fun guy, really funny. Goes, hey, I know I have differing views with your audience, but let's do this thing.
If you were to run for president of the United States, not that you could, but if you did, what would your slogan be?
My slogan would be half black, half white, Let's do it again. Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, man.